Yo, once in a while, there's some very specific moments in our lives that stick out, and it just depends on where you at, whether you recognize them or not. Infatuated with G-Funk at the tender age of 9. Visions of the chronic all in my mind. I saw the signs and I just prayed that it was for me. House parties featuring dominoes and a refrigerator full of 40s. The general wardrobe was cheap. I'll call it luck that my mom was willing to pony up for them all blue chucks. Find me stuck by the television, peeping all that I could wish for. A sick flow, thick chicks, hydraulic switches on 6 folds. That's word to the pimp, wanted more, not the lesser. Wrote my first set of rhymes on a word processor. I flipped gin and juice, Lord knows that shit was sloppy, but that ain't stopped me from procuring paper to print out 20 copies. No fear that they would laugh, cause I knew just what I had, and proceeded to hand it out to my 4th grade class. I spread all over school, no hesitation to pass it round. My friends like, oh, you a rapper now? I guess so. That was Clinton Grove Elementary, Clinton, Maryland. Had to be like 93, 92, somewhere in that range. I was all on Snoop, bro. I did all that I can to sport a fly fit, like it was mandatory. My life fit inside of that Jan Sport on crowded halls. School bells sounding off. Who could tell us we be bounded by what we found and lost? Innocence on the precipice of losing it. Every sentence constantly within a lesson. Never knew when we begin it, just last. That day I sat right down in class and we start to talk about the best rappers. I'm across from Brandy Hawk. She says Jay-Z's the best rapper on this earth. This the first time I heard this, but I took it for what it's worth. Really? Yes, really, there ain't nobody nicer. By this point, I kinda pride myself as a real writer, and I knew some of his songs, but it never got me hyper. I had a couple tapes waiting to go home to decipher. In this moment, I don't think I really cared that much, but I'll never forget her 98 Air Max Plus. You had the ones with all the colors in them, man. I remember, shout out to Brandy, and she put me on to like actually listening hard to who has basically become one of the greatest rappers ever. I studied his whole career after that, man. That's crazy what you remember. Friday, soon as daylight was over, we stayed off on a dirt road and prayed not to be sober. Haze clouding the judgment of adolescence. Add the presence of a passion for this rapping. It was like adding more seconds, cause time stood still when them windows rolled up. Rolled Dutch, a different zone when instrumentals showed up. The flows tucked were robust as if there was no such thing as a goal. We just focused to never grow up. If this is what you feels like, filtering truth through a mic and freestyling, bringing truth to the light. I was nice then, not an everyday occurrence, but surrounded by the right friends enticing. No telling when I might end, wildin', hollering loud, higher than all outdoors, with bars born and wired for all out war. Respected as an individual for vividness during this ritual. I was the man and giving damns with extended syllables. Damn! Yo, I told y'all my boy can spit, man. I told you, hey, get that, nah, run it back. Put those beats back on. My boy got more to say, yo.